What's the secret for successful promotion of a fashion brand? What is digitalization and how is it possible to use digital technologies in the development of a fashion business? Everything about this in our program. The brand carries a certain value, for which the consumer is willing to pay extra money. In the fashion field, a strong brand can be regarded as being not only a quality product to its buyer, but also the desired emotions received from the purchase of a branded product. Fashion is a business that is built on emotions. First and foremost, we are looking for emotional value, and the consumer is looking for emotional value as he or she has an emotional need. That is, this value will be directly related to need, and he or she will be looking for a form through which to receive this value. When working on promoting a fashion brand, it is important to think about the value of the manufactured product and the uniqueness of the brand. It's also worth considering all the stages of its development. Brand promotion consists of several things: PR, marketing, and sales. How does a potential consumer find out information about a particular fashion brand? Of course, first of all, via social networks and other sources of mass media. The PR field just communicates with the audience, informing them about the main idea behind the brand. Marketing explores the needs of potential customers and develops marketing systems for goods. One of the main business components in promoting a clothing brand is the sale of collections. Today, many designers actively use online sales. Those brands that use social networks as a sales channel are developing faster. In fact, the market and that business that learns to adapt, learns to rebuild with the most minor of changes will survive. A showroom can be called one of the tools of fashion selling. The aim of showrooms is to help designers build the right business model, in which their brand will become recognizable and collections will be sold. It is here, in showrooms, that buyers and owners of fashion stores order clothing collections. The showroom is a kind of brand agent. Daria Shapovalova and Natalia Madenova created such a fashion platform in Paris. Today they work with designers from various countries. Their showroom also helps to promote little-known brands. The showroom is a big step for the development of Ukrainian fashion in the world. We opened it 5 years ago, just when the revolution was taking place in Ukraine, and at that time the designers were already known to the world. Thanks to Fashion Week, we realized that we needed to do something and enter world markets. In addition, the PR that has already been accumulated thanks to Fashion Week contributed to taking some steps in this direction. For a designer to get results, it is worth following the developed criteria of the fashion market, according to which the whole world works for cooperation with a showroom. In order to start cooperation with a showroom, you should have a product, a good collection, have a strategy and a vision of where you are going, have a team and production capabilities. As soon as the showroom sells the brand, sells its collection to some store, it needs to be done. It needs to be delivered on time. And this is just a big challenge, and many brands stumble, because getting into a store is one thing, but buying in it, it is much more difficult. Therefore, of course, here you need to have a clear structure, a clear vision of where you are going, a good product, good marketing, and a team that's ready to put this into action. Buyers were recently looking for designers at various trade shows, so-called design exhibitions. Designers usually present newfangled products there. But in modern fashion, we can say that a brand without social networks simply does not exist. That's why more and more interesting designer collections can be found online today. Here it's important to be present not at a trade show, but online, and the content you create, what content you communicate online. The presence of a brand in online resources makes it more visible to potential buyers. Therefore, designers should pay attention to this. In order to interest a customer with a fashion product, it is important to remember the consumer value of the brand. Relationships that work on trust is one of them. For example, you can record video recommendations in the fashion field or shoot a live stream about fashion news. By the way, it's the stream that will give you automatic feedback, and this will make your virtual subscribers real. Streamers are a good, cool niche, because the stream is live and real, it is unprepared. And according to statistics, streams are watched 3 times longer than a recorded video. In this case, all these digital technologies help to optimize your business and simplify your work with client. Digitalization is a special way of developing and promoting a business, particularly a fashion brand. Digitalization in the fashion brand is aimed at simplifying the life of our consumers. Digitalization, namely the integration of a digital society, is not a new trend. The achievements of digital technologies can be successfully implemented today by designers in advertising and the establishment of production. For example, many use digital prints in the creation of their collections. And of course, the management of digital communication helps designers in developing and promoting a fashion brand. If previously we told a designer that he or she wasn't a designer but a brand, then we said that you are not a designer, you are an entrepreneur. Now you are not a designer, you are an IT specialist. At the implementation stage, it's important to understand not only how to sew clothes, but also how to promote them, for whom this is done, to form this community and what technologies to implement. It is impossible to bypass the introduction of technology. A designer will have to, just like he or she learns to draw, cut and sew, learn and manage media communication, manage digital communication, because this is already a kind of satellite of the main business. Actually, this is no less important than the ability to draw, sew and be creative. There are brands in the world that don't produce clothes at all. Their task is to make fashion sets using a digital application. The restriction of choice is also a service. That is, even in this case, the designer does not need to do things. He just needs to complete the collection. He just needs to complete a certain trend there. How? Via digitalization. The introduction of digital technologies in the fashion industry creates opportunities for exchange between IT specialists and representatives of the fashion sector. One of the most important tasks facing the fashion industry today is to create platforms, create spaces and content in which meetings between scientists, representatives of the IT industry and fashion would be possible. And at this intersection, completely new meanings, collaborations, designs and the fashion of the new decade are all born. We understand that people from the world of fashion and those from the world of technology don't fully understand each other. But at least they have already formed an interest in each other, and they are searching for the possibility of joint projects, joint implementations. The Fashion Tech Summit educational conference, organized by Daria Shapovalova and Natalia Madanova, was held in Kyiv this October. At the summit, representatives of world-famous companies, fashion experts, as well as specialists from the world of technology shared their experiences with participants.
Для этого мы создавали платформу Fashion Tech Summit, чтобы дизайнеры...
We created the Fashion Tech Summit platform so that designers can meet with IT specialists and study what opportunities are available. Whoever takes a risk will be first.
И тот, кто рискнет, тот, собственно, будет первым.
For designers, this is one of the most important tasks of coming years. To make these technologies that are applied aesthetically pleasing. It's very important for a client to feel part of your business. And if a brand allows the buyer to choose clothes independently according to style, taking into account individual characteristics and preferences, then such a brand becomes more valuable to him or her. This is the idea of customization. The main value of modern man at present is he himself. In essence, the future is behind customization, because we want something for ourselves. There are many technologies and tools for brand promotion in the fashion industry market. But in order for a brand to become really successful, you need to decide the mission that your fashion business is carrying out, and ask the question, why and for whom are you creating this product? The success of brand promotion is in the focus, when you know what you're doing, where you are going, and not to get distracted by many other factors which are of course encountered along the way. You need to know your goal. Market recognition and a positive image are the main components of a leading fashion brand. In order for a fashion brand to be recognizable, it is important to create a unique selling proposition. Don't neglect the possibility of cooperation with showrooms. A properly organized showroom with an established reputation can help to bring a fashion brand into the lead. The use of digital technologies will enable the quality of fashion service to be raised. And if consumers are willing to pay a higher price for a fashion brand compared to competing brands, then your brand could interest them due to its uniqueness.